I've come to a recent realization during this F1 summer break, and that I think that MotoGP might have a chance to dominate the market. Earlier in the year, I was able to cover the story of Lewis Hamilton buying Gresini, the MotoGP team, the Gresini Racing MotoGP team. But I think that it might be part of a bigger story that I wasn't fully aware of when I made that video. You see, MotoGP is sort of this hidden gem in the motorsport world that, while it is very popular, I believe it's known as the second most popular motorsport, it still feels like it's on the outskirts. Like, if you live in America, you know NASCAR more than you know the second most popular motorsport in the entire world. MotoGP has been able to pronounce some of the greatest talents ever, such as Marc Marquez and Valentino Rossi. And I say motorsport champions because Valentino Rossi is racing in WEC today. I don't know if there's a race today in particular, but what I mean is that he's still racing in the 2024 season and at Le Mans. It's insane. I mean, the man didn't even make a career off of racing cars. He made a career off of racing bikes, which is just totally different, and yet somehow he's still able to encapsulate the same talents that he hasn't had since he was a kid in go-karting into one of the greatest racing series ever. I mean, that's gotta have something to do with the mentality of these MotoGP racers. Now, as a Formula One fan, I do believe that MotoGP has the more exciting racing. The only thing is, and this is why I'll forever just become a F1 fan, is that it really does lack some of the strategies such as pit stops and just kind of the depth that we see every race in F1, in particularly in the 2024 season, where MotoGP is kind of having a dominant season and F1 is having one of its greatest seasons in the last 10 years. I will say that I believe that MotoGP is lacking in one department in particular, and that is the prices that it costs to watch this damn sport. It is $35 every month just to watch some MotoGP racing. Now, trust me, I've done extensive research, and anytime you ever bring this up to a MotoGP fan, it's like they try to console themselves and tell them that it's all okay. They'll defend that price because it has all the racing leagues and everything. I gotta tell you, it's $10 for Formula One, and it has the exact same, if not more. Cope a little harder. But look, why am I making this video, and why did I start it off by saying that MotoGP is on the rise? Now, there's a reason. And as a Formula One fan, it's a very in particular reason that I have a lot of pride in, and it's that Liberty Media is buying MotoGP at the end of this year. Liberty Media essentially, I mean, it owns a lot of things, but it owns Formula One in particular in these golden years with the Drive to Survive and just, making Formula One feel more like uh, a family, a reality show per se, and it's brought in a lot more fans. Some like it, some don't like it, just like the typical question of what does DRS stand for, which is obviously Daniel Ricciardo supremacy. But the point is that it was really good for Formula One, and I believe that it'll be very good for MotoGP. Dorna is the current owners of MotoGP, where we will see them gone at the end of 2025. And Dorna's kind of known for giving high prices to really low quality products, such as what MotoGP has been with the high price and just, I mean, it's been big, but it's also just such a big product, it's so hard to screw up. Now, I believe that Formula One is able to give the better product than MotoGP, which is, shown in numbers. But some people would say that doesn't matter. Well, I think it does, because at the end of the day, it's the number one and number two in motorsports. It doesn't matter if one's motorcycle racing or car racing, they're both on weekends and they're both motorsports. They're therefore competitive sports. This, of course, makes it interesting with the Liberty Media, with them owning both, some sort of monopoly, but it's a step back from that. But the truth is that if Liberty Media can make it more exciting, then that rivalry between Formula One and MotoGP could become more level, so that it's not just a Formula One dominance. And that could be very interesting for the market of motorsports. MotoGP being able to get more drama, bringing in more fans, is obviously going to be good for the sport. But the other thing that I think is going to be good for the sport is the MotoGP Video Pass. It's very possible that, as I said, that it's $35. It could go down with Liberty Media purchasing it, especially since that's what they did with F1. They put it all on F1 TV for $10 a month, and everyone loves it and pays for it. I'm also just going to be able to say that Liberty Media can absolutely get into the American market, just like Formula One has been reaching in there every single year more and more with the Vegas and Miami tracks. It's As an American, I can tell that it's getting more popular here every year. Alright, well, since my microphone decided to crap the bed, let's get down to what I was gonna say. So basically, yeah, the American market will be huge for the sport. That's an absolute fact. The Netflix market that they can bring with DTS is amazing. And at the end of the day, MotoGP on its own, even with Dorna, is so exciting to watch. I encourage everyone to watch it. So I think that in general, if a motorsport can get big, it's good for all motorsports. And I think that's what every single motorsport fan wants. If you're from NASCAR, Formula One, or MotoGP itself, it's going to be beneficial to the whole community. So, look, with that being said, let me know what you think down in the comments. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe because you know what? We need it. And see you in the next video. Peace.